Hello and welcome to another Keylink video. Today we'll be making nesting eggs, a set of 3 eggs encased inside one another, with each layer showcasing a different Roxy Rich cocoa colour palette. For the smallest inner egg, we have gone for a pastel cross-hatch style design using 7 colours from the Roxy Rich Artist Collection. These are Candy Pink, Sunny Yellow, Snow White, Mandarin Orange, Lime Green, Tiffany Blue and Lilac Purple. Starting with Candy Pink and using a flat decorating brush, paint 3 arching lines into the cavity of the mould. Leave this to set, then with the Snow White, or a different colour if you're choosing, add 3 lines that overlap in varying cross sections. Rinse and repeat, remembering to allow the previous colour to set before painting the next. Once the egg is fully coated with the cocoa butter lines, spray a fine layer of white cocoa butter to provide a backing to really make those colours pop. We have used Snow White from the Roxy Rich range. Shell the egg in a chocolate. For this one, we've gone for Callebaut Gold. Temper your chocolate, pour into the mould and allow a few minutes for the chocolate layer to set while gently rotating the mould. Then pour out and scrape the excess. You can use this excess chocolate to make the plain shell for the back of the egg and save the rest for use at a later date. For the middle egg, we have chosen Roxy Rich Candy Pink highlights. Using a spoon, flick the cocoa butter across the mould in different directions and leave it to crystallise. Using Roxy Rich Mandarin Orange as the main colour, spray this cocoa butter into the mould using an airbrush before backing with a layer of white. For this shell, we have used Callebaut W2 and following the same technique as before, shelled our coloured mould as well as an uncoloured, clean mould for the reverse of the egg. For the outer egg, we have started the decoration with Mandarin Orange cocoa butter. Using a toothbrush and a scraper, we've splattered a layer into the cavity of 2 large egg moulds for the front and the back. Then using Roxy Rich Snow White and a sponge dabber, we've created large circles inside the cavity, spacing them apart to create a polka dot effect. We have then chosen Roxy Rich Tiffany Blue for the main colour of the egg. This is such a beautiful colour and perfect for a springtime theme. Using a spray gun, we sprayed 3 fine layers, allowing the cocoa butter to crystallise before spraying a fine layer of white to help it be the brightest it can be. We have shelled the main egg with Callebaut 823 following the same method as the first 2 eggs and left to crystallise. And now for the tricky part. We have used a baking tray that has been heated in the oven, but if you have a heat plate, this is perfect for the job. We have made little cling film donuts to hold our Easter creations in place while we put them together, but you can use any item that will hold your shells during assembly. Gently move the egg in circular motions on the tray to get an evenly melted layer, and slide to the edge of the plate to pick up and place on your holding apparatus. Using tempered chocolate, pour a little into the bottom edge of the middle egg and gently place the inner egg into the shelf and hold gently until it begins to set. Warm the top shell on the tray and place this directly onto the bottom half of the egg and line up the edges. Now repeat the same process for the large shell by warming the lower half and placing on the egg holder. Place the middle egg into the bottom half using some tempered chocolate and hold it till it begins to set. Then warm the top shell on the tray and place on the bottom half and line up. Make your base using a silicone donut mould and tempered milk chocolate. Once set, this can then be melted on the tray to create an even base. Pour some tempered chocolate into the middle of the donut and place the egg on top, and then just hold it there until it's freestanding. Your customers can then have fun smashing the egg to pieces like we did. Now, we understand that this will make a pretty hefty egg and a pricey egg once stacked up. So we have an alternative concept for fun-filled individual eggs, which you'll be pleased to know can still be smashed to smithereens. For an extra bit of fun, we have made little buttons with Easter transfer sheets which can be placed inside the inner eggshell for a nice little surprise. Simply pipe various size buttons onto the transfer sheet and using a palette knife, run this under the sheet to create a smooth circle. For the fillings, we have used Cara Crakine, as well as Nagay salted caramel and roasted hazelnuts cut in half. Each egg has then been sealed with the same chocolate as the shell using a large brush, and then the little buttons pressed into the shell. Then build your eggs as we did before using a baking tray or heat plate. If you're not tempted to smash these and eat them straight away, they can be placed into one of our Easter egg packaging options, of either a box or a bag. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video and wish you a smashing Easter from all of us here at Keylink.